सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरम्। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु अनुग्रहेण अतिशीघ्रगतिना उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं विश्वशान्तिकल्याणार्थं समस्तसाधकभक्तानां विघ्ननिवारणशक्तीनाम् अवाप्त्यर्थं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः पारायण अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे श्री आद्यशङ्करभाष्यसमेत करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणं। We do the second Brahmananda Valli, fourth Anuvaka of chanting. Om Atha Parayanam Brahmananda Vallim Chaturtho Anuvakah Yato Vacho Nivartante Apraapya Manasa Saha Anandam Brahmano Vidvan Navibheti Kadachaneti Yutas तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्माद् मनोमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा विज्ञानमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य श्रद्धैव शिरः ऋतं दक्षिणपक्षः सत्यमुत्तर पक्षः योग आत्मा महापुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति विज्ञानं यज्ञं तनुते कर्माणि तनुतेऽपि च विज्ञानं देवाः सर्वे ब्रह्मज्येष्ठमुपासते विज्ञानं ब्रह्म चेद्वेद तस्माच्चेन्न प्रमाद्यते शरीरे पाप्मनो हित्वा सर्वान् कामान् समश्नुतैति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मात् विज्ञानमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मानन्दमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्रियमेव शिरः मोदो दक्षिणपक्षः प्रमोद उत्तरपक्षः आनन्द आत्मा ब्रह्मपुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति असन्नेव स भवते असद्ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत् अस्ति ब्रह्मेति चेद्वेद सन्तमेनं ततो विदुरिते तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य अथातोऽनुप्रश्नाः उता विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चन गच्छति आहो विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चित् समश्नुताहु शोकामयत बहुस्यां प्रजा ये येति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा इदगं सर्वमसृजत यदिदं किञ्च तत्सृष्ट्वा तदेवानुप्राविशत् तदनुप्रविश्य सच्चत्यच्च भवतु निरुक्तं च निरुक्तं च निलयनं च निलयनं च विज्ञानं च विज्ञानं च सत्यं चानृतं च सत्यमभवतु यदिदं किञ्च तत्सत्यमित्याचक्षते तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 ओमत श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषत् यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ प्रथमोऽनुवागः ॐ ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां वरमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सह ब्रह्मणा विपश्चितेति तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मन आकाश सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्नेरापः अद्भ्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरपक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 Salutations to Parabrahma, Shruti Mata, all Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishi, Muni, Guru, Devata. Salutations to the Veda Vyasa, Vaishampayana, Yagnavalkya, Adya Shankaradi, our Taittiriya Upanishad Gurus. Salutations to our own Guru. In life, as a human, most easiest thing is to indulge in the objects with senses because this is what we were doing in all our earlier evolutions, lower level of life. And the most difficult thing as a human being is to use the intellect and gain the jnanam. Jnanam is gained, but sustaining it is more difficult. It may be sustained, but sometimes that jnanam we use to give it to others as philosophers. But when it comes to our own practice, we fail again. The reasons are known that we get victimized by the lower faculties of the mana, indriya, deha, ityad. So, among that knowledge which a human being is expected to gain, which is very tough for him, the gaining the knowledge of the Brahma Vidya through the study of Upanishads is the most tough. But the thing is what? This is the only way by which we can reach to the reality or truth or substratum, and once for all we come out of all delusions, all illusions, all confusions. Otherwise, we will always be in a illusory, misunderstood life only. So, in our 2 3 years of regular study of Shastra, we must have definitely gone through this situation, and an idea must be coming to us. One is, it is only Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, which will give the understanding experience of the Sad or truth or reality. After which alone, how much ever the world is appearing to be real, with giving all the experiences as real, they can be answered, they can be questioned, they can be transcended along with the consequent problems. But same time, this is the most toughest of the what do you say undertakings by anyone. That's why among how many thousands and lakhs of so-called spiritual seekers, everything they do, ask them to study the Atma Vidya, the Tattva Vidya, the Brahma Vidya, the Upanishad Vidya, difficult. They chant like all the Brahmins. They know all the Taittiriya Upanishads, all Rigveda mantra, Yajurveda mantra. They chant, they use it them in various occasions. But understand them with Bhashyam and contemplate on that. You understand it. And then living up to that, इतना कठिन काम है. That is why even Devatas, every one of them also, want it but can't try for it. Everybody wants moksha, but the moksha is only through the jnanam and dhyanam, and that jnanam and dhyanam, nobody can do it for us. We only have to get the jnanam, do the dhyanam, get the anubhuti, and get out of the bandhanam. So if somebody can do it for us, it would be nice. In that mood, we would be always. But unfortunately, nobody can do for us. And there are no shortcut methods, there are no alternative methods. The shortest cut to and the only method is given only by our most respectful beloved rishis in the form of these Upanishads, or through them it is revealed to us. Is it not? And for that, what is required is continuously, constantly maintaining the mood of Upanishad Adhyayanam. Through Upanishad, Brahma Vidya. Through the Brahma Vidya, nearing to the Brahma Swarupa in the intellectual understanding as well as sadhana. To that extent, we are away from the Abrahma or non real or the imaginary, everything. The entire outer world, all the Panchakoshas, all of them are other than the self only. But how tough it is, to maintain that mood. That's why they used to go into that seclusion. The Guru teaches, disciple listens. Throughout the day, they are only in that mood. Like that, not one day, 2 days, every day, till the truth is realized, even after that, so that they can become messengers of that knowledge to the subsequent generations. And how tough it is. And the great masters like Puja Gurudev and all, they are in the cities and towns amidst the people worldly, samsari. And to them, he will have to give that Brahma Jnanam. And for that, he will have to be in his own anubhuti. And that is not 1 hour, 2 hours, or 1 day or 2 days. Throughout there, as long as in the body they were there, in that only. Is it not sufficient information for us to develop that respect, reverence, bhakti, sharanagati to them for this great feat? Then from them we have to get that alone as inspiration. If you want to continue the life of Baddha or Bandhana or Samsara, of karma and karma phala, sometimes dushkarma, dushkarma phala, satkarma, satkarma phala, going for the artha, going for the kama, then all are doing like that. Continue. Nobody stop. Only thing is, don't do adharma and papa because you have to bear it again. The result of it. do. But if one wants to go to the core of everything, the truth of everything, the reality of everything, then one has to pay the price of slowly coming away from every other involvement, mainly at the mind level, and come to the involvement of only Parabrahma Paramatma, which is taught to us only by the Upanishads, by only our rishis and gurus and acharyas. If you compare life with others, others are enjoying the worldliness, you definitely feel that you are missing it. Then we leave it and go. We should never compare ourselves with anybody for that matter. We have to look within ourselves only. Where do we stand on today's day? And what's my intellect is anchoring behind, conceiving or having the idea knowledge about as the goal. उस पे ही दृष्टि रखते हुए देन टेक द स्वीकार करना है इसको कि लिविंग ह्यूमन लाइफ itself is tough. In that, coming to the noble dharmic life is more tough. Coming to the life of service to others is और भी मुश्किल है. And becoming purified in our heart of non-positivity is much more tough. After that only the introvertedness comes. With that only we do the sadhana of offering to the Lord called as upasanas. They are much more tough. Then the antakarana has to be managed for its stability, balance called a yoga sadhana. ये भी मुश्किल है और नहीं करने वाले के लिए सब आसान है, करने वालों के ही मुश्किल है. करते रहने से that difficulty aspect slowly starts getting reduced. And the point is what? We have to firmly decide that our life is only for this. And that decision we have to abide in. By thought, word, and deed, all the time, unconditionally. Only to this decision when we come, ki my life is dedicated only for that we will be able to avoid other things which are detrimental to it and become conscious of not doing those things which really become big, big obstacles. Otherwise, if we are not so keen in it, we ourselves, knowingly or unknowingly, create obstacles to our own selves. Mind you, nobody in the world comes and calls us to disturb us. It is we only, we go and get kicked. It's called A Bail Mujhe Maar. Nobody. And why do we do that? Because we have not given full 100% importance to our spiritual goal. That unless somebody calls me, and that also very, very essential, I will not go out of my path of spiritual evolution. Those who don't have this conviction, they only enter into the world. Even if the world comes to them, the world only tests our own integrity for sadhana. If we can learn the art of delicately saying no, they themselves will not come. But we want people, we want things, we want indulgences, and we want spirituality also, but both are opposite to each other. Therefore, when we are in the worldliness, the spirituality is never a disturbance because it is not even remembered. But when we are on the path spiritual, that time the worldliness is difficult because our inclination towards the worldliness is still stronger, our commitment to spirituality is still weaker. We have to recognize that our life and personality is at this level. Then the need of the next level, again we have to recognize, and to that level we have to reach out to. There's no other way. So, even after that way, quietening mind, using the intellect for the study of the Shastra is so tough. And every day listening to, I don't know how you are able to do it. Maintaining that interest and an inspiration. See, and it is our devotion to God and Guru. Definitely, we can say that is the cause for maintaining the tempo, mood, and inspiration in us. Even slight of difference, reduction is there in the devotion. Like others who are irregular, you go away. Or at least for the Shastra, you have to have the dedication. I must study the Shastra. This is better, this is best. To those people also, they keep listening. Others, they can't. Because one day, 2 day, you can listen to Vedanta. Those who still have the world in their mind for them. But those who are dedicated, as we said, "Okay, now I have seen my entire life, I have studied the Shastra, listened from the Gurus sufficiently, I could understand now only through the Paramatma Prapti there is moksha, and that is an exclusive path where I have to withdraw from everything else. Therefore, I am only into this." Those who have decided that way and practiced also for some time, they can be in a better place than others to maintain the tempo. Yet, the risk danger is not gone. Okay, it has to be continuously, constantly managed and monitored. Sometimes without any of our mistakes only, the prarabdha may take us away, pata nahi. Sometimes what the small little things of our involvements themselves can become big thing to disturb us again in the path. That also we have to be careful and avoid. देखो रॉन्ग फूड खा लिया, तबीयत खराब हो गया, 3 दिन सत्संग नहीं किया. जीव को issue is very small, but the damage is big. The 3 days you missed the classes, the mood is gone, the mind is disturbed. Nobody does it deliberately कि तबीयत खराब हो जाए तो क्लास मिस हो जाए. ऐसा नहीं होता. But we don't know. Even there also we have to be sensitively careful. You know, like the women pregnant, how every thought action of hers is to project protect her own womb. No, let us say it's her second pregnancy. That first child who is born, who is 3 4 साल जो भी, so much he loves mother and all. Once that second pregnancy comes, that most beloved child also the first उसको दूर रखती है. Because that fellow will come, sleep at the same time, kick and all. कुछ भी हो सकता है तो उसको ही दूर रखते हैं. Is it not? A pregnant woman, how conscious she is about everything. In the same way, if you and I have conceived the Brahma Vidya as the moksha hetu, till the Anubhava delivery comes or happens, we have to be so careful to protect. And not only protect, see to it that it is growing. Not only growing, growing healthily. This is what is a biggest challenge. Are we ready to take up? वो वाला intellectual conviction, वो वाला हिम्मत, वो वाला हौसला, that I want to keep my health of body, emotions of the mind, and intellect's alertness, all conducive exclusively for the Brahma Vidya of the Upanishads. Nothing less than that. Everything is lesser than that one. And you are seeing it how last 1 week the Satyam Jnanam Anantam we were analyzing how these Guru Shishya Pura Pakshi Siddhanti, the discussion is taking us to the deeper levels of understandings. That is the core. In fact, that is totally different world than the world of ours where we take the world of Rupanama, world of Panchakosha, world of Panchamahabhuta made world as so real. For us, all these are so real. Like for a dreamer, dream is real. For a person of hallucinations and imaginations, they are real. For a child watching the magic, a magic is real. And one who is interested in movies so much, he sees it real, therefore it becomes serial. Each one of them are in this unreal world taken it as real. But all of us are taking the entire this world as real, which from the absolute standpoint is not at all real. Reality is something beyond. And to apprehend that, what a different type of intellect with its sharpness, subtlety, purity is required. Now you can understand. Unless it is sharp and single pointed, unless it is purified of all its negativities, unless it is developed that sukshmata, our own intellect, do you think we can comprehend them? But then, when you continuously do, we will be able to get that ability. With that ability, when we do, then it's revealed because it got revealed to everybody, whoever tried. And at one or the other stage, all those who discovered Paramatma were at our own stage as we are now. So they continued consistently, slowly they evolved. So you and I also can take, if we like, that pratigna, that till the Parabrahma Anubhuti comes, the pursuit of Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, through Upanishad Adhyanam, we are not going to leave or stop or discontinue. So these are the very crucial things, very sensitive things. With all the interest we are doing the study, but this type of pratigna or commitment is not there. Any obstacle can come from inside and outside, then we may go away from this pursuit. पता नहीं for how many lives again. देखो प्रारब्ध पुरुषार्थ की बात तो होती रहती है प्रारब्ध के बाद वो अपना दायरा है उसका बट वी ऑल्सो मस्ट यूज अवर गिवन इंटेलेक्ट टू द एक्सटेंट इट कैन बी यूज्ड हमको जो दिया है उसका जितना उपयोग कर सकते हैं वह करना है so we have the intellect we can think we can understand we can know the glory of Paramatma Tattva and the mukti given by that Anubhuti. We can know the Shastra and especially Upanishads and their Mahima, their sanctity, their purity. See, when we study Upanishad and Brahma Vidya and this Bhashya of Shankara, how sacred and pure are the thoughts developed. Is there any mazak maskari in that? Is there any silliness? Is there any the non-positivities of the cheating others or talking lies and all? These are all impurities. Such a divine, sacred, purest is the Guru is Anubhuti, his teachings. Is it not? And the subject itself. So wonderful. And that's about our own real self. That's about the self of everything. That's about the real reality or substratum. That when we know, all limitations are transcended. All limitation caused illusions are transcended. What beautiful it is. Therefore, we are in Kali Yuga with the world around us, with so much Bhautikavada, yet heart in heart in ourselves, congratulating ourselves, heart in heart in ourselves, motivating ourselves that no, let me not live, let me continue. Even one class I will not live, even one mantra I will not live. Not only I attend, but I do sufficient homework. So I want to be higher in my intellectual understandings, greater, deeper, not compared to anyone, but my own self may go to the next level of understanding. And सबसे important, as I am regular to class and I am listening and I am understanding, that understanding should sustain. And life has to be molded according to only that understanding. This way, if one life we can fully live right from beginning till end, guaranteed that what the rishis, munis are experiencing and teaching us through Upanishads and expecting us, we will definitely reach to. If one life fully dedicated for that and to nothing other. This life, how much ever we are able to do right now onwards, let us make a trial and attempt of it. देखेंगे कि क्या नुकसान होगा मेरे ख्याल में तो ऐसा कोई नुकसान तो होता ही नहीं भावना होगा वो कि आई एम मिसिंग द वर्ल्ड एंड व्हाट्स इंटेलिजेंसेस एंड द पीपल द इंटरेक्शन विद देम ये सब भावनाएं हैं Missing and not missing are only mind's emotions there. But factually, you see, nothing is lost. On the other hand, because of those indulgences, we are losing this great opportunity to reach the reality through the spiritual sadhana of Shastra Dhyanam Dhyanam इत्यादि. अब ये मिस कर रहे हैं. अब तक मिस किया, अब नहीं करेंगे. You know, even to receive this thought, how sattva-guni my intellect should be, how it must be freed from its importance given to the worldliness because of its rajas and tamas. Is it not? Even to receive this thought, I have neglected so far, I valued only the world. Important one is Paramatma. I have never valued it. इसको सुनने के लिए भी एक अलग हिम्मत चाहिए. Because inside the mind, hey, what are you talking? Like anything the husband suggests, immediately wife says, oh, no, no, ऐसे नहीं, ऐसे नहीं, ऐसे नहीं. There are some people, they just argue for argument's sake. Mind is like that only. It just argues for argument's sake. उसको टिकाने के अलावा वो चुप हो जाता है. But उसका ताकत ज़्यादा है. Therefore, it doesn't allow even this thought to go in that I wasted my life for all non-essential so far. Let me use for the most essential spiritual evolution. ये थॉट सुनने को भी नहीं देता है मन. उतना हम लोग जो ना उसके गुलाम रहते हैं जनरली. Now the idea of talking is what? Ki, like when you climb Kedar or in Vaishno Devi, so you climbed 4 or 5 kilometers. Much more easier to climb, but you are tired. So you feel like going back. That time, what is to be told is definitely it is tougher. We don't say it is easier, but you have climbed up to this distance. Have faith in the goal and in yourself. Why don't you continue? You will have a lifetime experience of that Bhagavati's darshanam or Bhagavan's darshan. In the same way, you and I exclusively, you 3 or 4 who come regularly morning, others I don't know, 1 or 2 in YouTube. So, up to this maintenance of continuity level, we came. Next step is we have to apply ourselves of the class also and become very crystal clear in our understanding and live life according to that understanding in a sukshma level, subtle level. To those levels we have to go to. For that, those vows, those pratignyas, those commitments, when we have, then we will be able to avoid the pullings towards the lower side by other things. Every time the ropes of mind and senses and the worldliness with any rupa or nama, any title of anything, duty, obligation, which we karo, they try to pull us down. So when we are committed that way, convinced that way, have taken the vow or pratignya. Next Sri Rama, Satya Pratignya. Pratignya kiya, usko Satya kada kiya. That is how he is great. In the same way, when we pledge to ourselves about this, there is a chance for us to embark higher and higher, not again falling to the earlier life level from where we started and struggled a lot to come to the level of listening to the Upanishads and Brahma Vidya. It is tough, it is not easy, but the greatest of the occupation. And in this, the difficulties are the consistency, the application, then ability to analyze, then understand, maintain that understanding in us, trying to review the world now, trying to review the life now from the newly gained knowledge. All of them are tough. And maintaining that also all the time. And ensuring that the opposite ignorance goes away. Ignorance created value to the world goes away. And because of the value given, the attachments go away. And because of attachment, the indulgences go away. ये सारा इंश्योर करना होता है. That is why there will be many people doing many other things on the name of sadhana. But doing this true sadhana is so tough. You are doing that. I'm just congratulating. I'm spending time today for गिविंग दैट एंकरेजमेंट, बिकॉज एक स्थिति तक आए, थोड़ा रुक कर सांस लो, फिर से चलते रहना आगे. Very tough. Even to me, every day take Upanishad, study Bhashyam and explain it, and try to see that you are understanding. Not an easy thing. It's a very tough, bitter. Very bitter, nahi, tough hai. Have to take your mind into account and at what level of inspiration you have, love you have, both for the Shastra, even to Paramatma and to me. ये सारे मुझे देखना पड़ता है, हमको कोई भी. Very tough job. Anyway, we are just on the path. Ultimately, क्या है? That is Parabrahma Paramatma and the Shruti Mata and the Guru Parampara and our own Ishtadeva. We bank upon their blessings through our prayers and surrender to them. Hey Bhagavan, you brought us up to this level. Sincerely, genuinely, from the heart, we are not only praying to you but surrendering to you and asking that take us further ahead and ahead आगे only. Don't please remove all obstacles or pullings down, temptations which take us away from this path. Please take us ahead. May every mantra of the Upanishad with its bhashya be fully grasped by us, and may we be engrossed in those meanings on our seat of meditation. May that sukshmata in avagahana, sukshmata in the sadhana, sukshmata in the anubhuti, please give us, all those who are regular, sincere, genuine. May we not create obstacles from our side. May we have the ability to forego or go beyond the obstacles coming from other sources. In this way, when we are, then some more effort we put, a little more higher level of understanding comes to us. That's how you and I slowly, steadily. Ultimately marathon race में फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड फोर्थ फिफ्थ इतने ही होते हैं, बाकी सब रुक ही जाते. This is a marathon race, studying the Upanishad. Though it is each one to himself. Like everybody is running for himself only, but coincidentally, because of comparison, he ran just little faster than other. Therefore, he is recognized and given a prize. Otherwise, in giving prize first, second, third, there is no meaning. Because हर एक बंदा अपने कैपेसिटी के साथ दौड़ रहा है, दूसरे से क्या कंपैरिजन. बट एक कंपटीशन स्पिरिट के लिए ऐसे प्राइज करके एक सेकंड पहले दौड़ा ऐसे इसको देते. देयर आर 1,000 reasons because of which he has ran one second before. His age factor, his body weight factor, his food factor, his inspiration, his devotion, that day his mind's mood. Nobody considers all this while giving the first, second, third prizes. But it's a natak. In the same way, comparison is a natak. So we are not talking about that comparison, but still we can say that yes, little higher, little higher. Mhm. Now let us continue. ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानम् अनन्तं ब्रह्म. Up to this we are studying now. Some more questions and answers are there. When they are also dealt, then we will go further. But the entire mukti giving knowledge, if it is there considered as in Upanishads, in all the Upanishadic literature, this particular portion of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma and Brahma Vidapnat Param is the Samman Bonam. It is a crucial thing. It is a crux. It is the hub of everything. If this is understood, then we have understood what is the goal, what is meditation, all that. If this is not understood, we are only still groping in darkness only. We are doing everything but not the thing. If this is understood, correct thing we will be able to do. And this has to be time and again, every day reflected for that knowledge to stationarily stay in our heart. So, by using the word Satyam for Brahma, and it is adjective or lakshana we have exhaustively discussed. It is not a descriptive adjective, the word Satyam to Brahman, but it is the Lakshana in as much as that Satyam is not explanation about Brahman. Satyam alone is Brahman. From other side, Brahman alone is Satyam. Therefore, everything Satyam is a Brahma. Everything which is not Brahman is Asatyam. See, these are the very essential things. Everything other than Brahman is asatyam, and we are taking it as satyam. This will continue till the Satya Brahma is found. Like till the main thief is caught, everybody is suspected. Negative example. Once you know him, others are left. So too, when a good work is done, till the main doer is understood, everybody is appreciated. Then they say, no, no, we have not done it. Hanuman ji ne kiya. सीता जी को ढूंढ कर आए. Otherwise, every monkeys were enjoying कि हमने हमने किया. Then Rama asked, तुमने किया तो मैं हम मतलब हनुमान जी ने किया. हम एक ही ग्रुप के हैं. So he did it, we took credit. In the same way, till the Brahman is apprehended, its truth and the consequently the untruth of everything other than Brahman cannot be fully grasped. तब तक टेंटेटिवली चलता ही रहता है, शायद दुनिया में भी सच है, वो भी हमको सुख शांति दे रहा है, चलो उधर भी थोड़ा टेस्ट कर ही लेते हैं, ये चलता ही रहेगा. Therefore सत्यम ब्रह्म is अतः सत्यम ब्रह्म इति ब्रह्म विकारात् निवर्तयति. The satyam word is eliminating the vikara aspect of Brahman. So to say, Brahman is avikari. So to say, avikari is Brahman. So to say, everything vikari is a Brahman. All these have to be clearly understood. And our goal is to reach Brahma because the promise done by Shruti Mata is Brahma Vidapnoti Param. And our goal is to reach Param. So when you have to reach Param, I asked Shruti Mata, how can I reach Param? She says, Beta, Brahma Vidapnoti. Therefore, I have to reach Brahma. And what is Brahma? Satyam. What is Satyam? Avikari. Then, if Brahman is Satyam is Avikari, other than Brahman, therefore, Asatyam Vikari. Therefore, to reach to that Avikari Sat Brahma, I have to reject or go beyond the Vikari Asat Abrahma. This is what is the outer and inner sadhana. From our attention, from our awareness, slowly the Avikari Abrahma Asatya. When we are weaning away, taking it away, then only we reach to the Avikari Satya Brahma. Like in the Yoga Darshana we saw, when the Chitta Vrittis are there, then Utti Sarupya is there. If you have to have the Swarupa Pratishtha, you have to do the Vritti Nirodha. See that comparison there? Here also same. Okay, yeah. Now the problem which came when we called the Brahman as Satyam is Avikari is it has become Karana. And it also, because the example of Mrud is taken, Mrud being the Jada, so the Jadata in the Brahma comes. So, Sena Vacharammanam Vikaro Namadeyam Mrudeva Satyam. That Mruda only, that's English wala could not say Mruda, he said Mud. Their words are from Sanskrit only. Mrudeva Satyam, Madeva Satyam. So, the whole world is Jada, cause of the world also, Brahman also must be Jada, because all pots are Jada. The pots cause the mud is Jada. So therefore, Brahma is not Jada, because Jada is definitely has to be influenced by the time Vikara, and it has to get perished. We don't want Jada Brahma. Therefore, to remove the Karanatva and Jadatva, Brahman is said to be the Jnanam. So, Satyam Brahma removed Vikaratva of the Brahman. Jnanam Brahma is removed Kartrutva, Karakatva, as well as the Jadatva of the Brahman. This we have exhaustively yesterday explained. What is that? Brahma means jnanam. Jnanam Brahma. So what is this jnanam? Jnaptihi. What is jnanam? Avabodhaha. What is jnanam? The word used is ki bhava sadhana. We have to hang on these three words all through life. The Brahman is jnapti matra. Jnapti is the pure jnanam which has not become jnata, jneya, jnana. That is called jnapti. We have to be very subtle in understanding this. Ordinary intellect, little outward gross or intellect will never allow us to understand this. So the pure jnapti, consciousness, not of something, is called as jnanam here. It has to be that one only. Why it has to be that one is the analysis we are going on seeing from yesterday. Second, it is called as avabodha. Avabodha means the continuously, constantly remaining jnana. The pure consciousness, continuous consciousness, and the bhava sadhana means eternally existing consciousness. So, pure consciousness means only consciousness, not dichotomized into the knower and known. So, pure knowledge not divided into knower and known, or that knowledge where the knower known is not required or not there. And the knower known is what? Jnanam only. Through the upadhi of the aham vritti is knower. Through the upadhi of the idam vritti is known. Jnanam only. So that vritti rahita jnapti we are talking about here. So that pure consciousness which is not having the thoughting in that of I, the knower, thought, that the known thought, and the knowledge thought. Generally, we all have the thoughtful knowledge only. In that, I also am a thought. The object of knowledge also is a thought. Then the knowledge of object also is a thought. But in these three thoughts, knowledge of the object of the knowledge, then the subject who knows the object of the knowledge, in all three, the consciousness is there for these three to happen. If I am not conscious, I am not the knower. If I am not conscious, the known is not known to me. If the conscious is not there, the knowledge also cannot sustain. Is it not? ज्ञाता ज्ञेय ज्ञान तीनों का अवेयरनेस कौन है होना चाहिए ना. We are talking about that pure awareness which is not made into these triputi. And these triputi is vrittyatmaka jnanam. Therefore, we are talking about jnanam means jnapti, that jnapti where there is no triputi of jnata jnanam jnayam. Therefore, there are no vrittis. So, vritti rahita jnanam jnata jnanam jnayam rahita kevala jnapti matram is Brahman. That is what jnana. So by this jnapti, this is what is conveyed. The pure consciousness, not where it has a vritti in it, and in the vritti, the womb, some object is there of anything. Shabda sparsa ityadi. We are not talking that. The pure jnapti is Brahman. See, while inquiring like this, is not our intellect becoming subtler to catch to that which we have missed so far in our all lives? That there is awareness, pure, non-aware of that only has become chitta. Chitta only, non-aware is chitta. Chitta and mind and maya are same. Not knowing the self as self is called as chitta. The chitta alone gets divided into aham and idam. Then the aham knows the idam. These are all called the jnanam in our regular parlance. That's what happens whether we are aware of it or not. But here the Brahman, when he said as jnanam shabdam, so he is a jnapti matra. Okay? Yeah? Second is what? The avabodha. Avabodha means what? This jnapti, Shuddha consciousness, is continuous. Avabodha. Nirantara, unbroken. And then third is bhava sadhana, means what? It is existing. It is not hallucination or illusory. Pure consciousness, continuous consciousness, then existing consciousness, not concept. भाव साधना मीन्स जो है उसका यथातथ जानना। और क्या है वो? ज्ञप्ति स्वरूप। वो कब कब है? कंटिन्यूअसली। क्या है? ज्ञप्ति। कब है? कंटिन्यूअसली। दैट कंटिन्यूअसली इज अवबोध। तो है कि नहीं है? अरे जरूर है। दैट इज भाव साधन। भाव मीन्स एज इट इज। भवस्य भाव भाव। भाव साधन मीन्स एज इट इज लाइक द क्रूड ऑयल, द रॉ मटेरियल. What you talk? The raw material as it is. So, to the raw material as it is called as the bhava, means existing is called as bhava, and as it is called as jnapti. Then all the time it is called as avabodha. Is Brahma, and it is not new to us. It is only we are not attending to it, that it is me, that it appears to be. I am away from it, but it is always there in me. Am I conscious or inert? Anybody can question themselves. We can't say we are inert. We may be dull witted, that is the mind's quality. But that also I am conscious of. I am conscious, please remember. Everybody knows their consciousness. Is this consciousness existing or non-existing? Are non-existing hai to how do you know it? It is there, existing. But is it continuous or discontinuous? It is not discontinuous, it's always. Even in Nidra, that consciousness is there. That is why when we wake up, we say that I had a very good sound sleep. If I had said I have a very good sound sleep, means how did you do that? How did you say? Unless the awareness is there. In sleep, the worlds are not there of dream and deep waking because of the absence of the antakarana and the indriyas. बट चैतन्य आत्मा तो हमेशा है. तभी जाकर हम कह रहे हैं ना कि अच्छा लगा नींद या नहीं लगा. Today's class was so bad. Why I couldn't sleep well? You understand? The other day, fantastic class. I didn't know when it started, when it ended. When Swamiji did Shankar Dhani, then I got up and slept in the bedroom. The hall में से जाकर उधर सो गया. I am conscious. See, it is our own. Therefore, the Brahma with these lakshanas inevitably, eventually will have to be found as our own Atma. And all this done on the seat of meditation. Seat of meditation we can succeed only when we become contemplative. For the contemplation is doubtless knowledge. For that knowledge only Shravanam Mananam, Shravanam Mananam, Shravanam Mananam. Shravanam Guru gives us, Mananam we have to do. So there the thing is what? This is how the Brahman is explained. And the Brahman with this explanation is very much there. And that alone is truth or reality. That alone is the self. To that we have to go for our own direct personal immediate experience. That is called as Atma Anubhuti, giving us mukti from the Anatma. Brahma Anubhuti, giving us mukti from the Abrahma. Satya Anubhuti, giving us mukti from the Asat. Jnana Anubhuti, giving us mukti from Ajnana. Then Anta Anubhuti, giving us mukti from all the Santa or endful. See? So three words very clearly explained. Jnapti, Avabodha, and then Bhava Sadhana. Okay? Now, after saying so, explaining it, this is Bhava Sadhana Jnana Shabdaha, Natu Jnana Kartru. We have seen yesterday. This Brahma is not the Jnana Kartu. मतलब ज्ञान को करने वाला ये वृत्ति नहीं है. ज्ञान कर्म इसमें नहीं है. इस प्योर ज्ञान ही होना चाहिए, ज्ञान कर्तृ नहीं. For becoming Jnana Karta, we have to have the medium of the Vritti and you have to have the knowledge of Anatma. तभी ज्ञान कर्तृत्व होता है कि नहीं. Like as I give the example, the chair. The chair is there other than me and I need a vritti in the mind. Then inside me, the jnana has become karta to get the jnanam of the kursi chair with the vritti. In the pure Brahman, which is explained as Jnanam Brahma, there is Jnana Kartrutva nahi hai. नहीं होना है. क्यों? बिकॉज सत्य अनंताभ्याम सह ब्रह्म विशेषणत्व. बिकॉज द ज्ञानम इज द विशेषण ऑफ द ब्रह्म along with other two visheshanas of satyam and anantam also. Therefore, the definition of Brahma that it is Jnanam has to fulfill the other two lakshanas also, the Satyam and Anantam. If he becomes Jnana Kartru, the Satyatva goes away. What is Satyam? Avikari. So Jnana Kartrutva ho gaya, so from the pure Jnaptitva, the Vikara happened in him, therefore Satyata is not achieved. Therefore, Jnana, it should be Satya also. Therefore, it should not have the Vikara in it. Therefore, it should be Jnapti Matra. It should not come to the level of Jnana Kartru. Means in that, again, the knowership is not there. It's not a knower knowledge. That is the meaning of Jnana Kartrutva Rahitya. Because pure consciousness through the Vritti knows the known. See how many modifications happened. But what is Brahma? Brahman also is Satyam. Satyam is Avikari, yad rupen yad nishchitam, tad na vyabhicharat iti Satyam. Agya baat? So the Jnapti Matra is Brahma, not Jnana Kartru. ज्ञान क्रिया या कर्म का कर्ता वाला नहीं है ये ब्रह्म का जो ज्ञान शब्द यूज किया गया. देन व्हाट कि दिस वी सॉ, आई एम जस्ट रिपीटिंग, नहीं सत्यता अनंतता च ज्ञान कर्तृत्वे सति उपपद्यते. If the pure Jnapti is not taken up as the Jnana Shabda Artha for Brahma, if you take it as Jnana Kartrutva, then Satya Anantata are rejected or denied. Then the pure Brahma, as told by the Shruti Mata, we are not understanding. Remember, that Brahman is there. He is like this. In this contemplation, we are reaching him. Here, the inquiry itself is reaching. And through the inquiry, when you spot that point, we find it is me again later on. Okay, then Jnana Kartrutvena hi Vikriyamanam. That's what I said. When the Jnana Kartrutva comes in that Jnana, he has become modified from the pure Jnapti to the knower. Then the Satyata is disturbed. Katam Satyam Bhavet. So to Anantam Chaya, how can it be the Ananta? Because the Jnata is depending on the Jnaya. When the Jnaya is changing, the Jnata is changing. Therefore, the continuation is not there. Therefore, the word Ananta used for the Brahman, the third one, is disturbed. Therefore, to maintain the Satyatva and Anantatva definitions also of the Brahman, the meaning of the Jnana Shabda for the Brahman has to be Shuddha Jnapti Avabhoda Bhava Sadhana only. It should not be Jnana Kartru. Means in that Brahman as Jnapti or Jnana Shabda, there is no knowership coming. Is not a knower Brahman. Therefore, Brahman is not knower of anything. Although we say is the knower at one parallels, but in the purest Brahma, there is knower. है ही नहीं. क्योंकि knower है तो फिर known होना चाहिए. Knower known हो गए तो वो एकमेवा द्वयम, that is disturbed. Then anantata goes away when the dvaita duality comes. Now the another thing what we saw, कि What is ananta? Yadhi na kutaschit vibhajyate tad anantam. That which is not broken for any reason is ananta. Now, jnana kartrutvecha, if the jnanam has become karta, the knower of something, jnana jnanabhyam pravivaktam, then the ज्ञान कर्ता बन गया तो ज्ञेय वस्तु को रूप में आना पड़ेगा, देन ज्ञानम भी आना पड़ेगा, देन इतना विभाग हो गया, then how can there is anantata? Anantata is same thing continuously staying unbroken. When the breakage happens in that, its anantata is disturbed. Therefore, if the jnana kartrutva is taken for jnanam, then jnaya and jnana also have to come, then the continuity is broken. So, as I told you again just now, pure jnapti with the upadhi of aham vritti is jnata. Pure jnapti with the upadhi of idam vritti is jneyam. Pure jnapti with the again upadhi of the connection between them is called as jnanam. We are not talking about upadhi yukta jnapti. We are talking about nirupadika shuddha jnanam here. That alone has to be Brahman. Naito, Ananta and Satya will be disturbed. We want a Brahman which is not only jnanam, but it is Brahmana, Satyam also, it is Ananta also. Why? Because Shruti Mata talked like that. And that is what we recognize. Only in the recognition of that, the reality is recognized. Then iti anantata nasyat. So no, the quotation was yatra na anyad vijanati saha bhuma yatra atha yatra anyad vijanati tad albam iti shrutyantara. Then another Shruti, Chandogya said, where something else is known, not known, anyat navijanati, something else is not known, that is bhuma. Yatra anyat vijanati tadalpam. Yatra means yasmin conditione. In the condition of gaining knowledge, when you gain a knowledge, in that gaining knowledge, if this process is there, where anyat is known, that jnanam is alpam. Whereas when anyat navijanati, other is not known, then that is bhuma. Bhuma is Brahma. And yo vai bhuma tat sukham nalpe sukham asti. Another mantra continues that bhuma, which is infinite, in that only there is true sukha. Other than bhuma, everything is alpam. In that alpam, there cannot be sukham. That is how the Upanishads that mantra. Okay. So listening to this, the disciple asks a question. Purva Pakshi. He catches hold of this quotation, which is given for a different purpose, but he interprets in another way. What he says is, Anyat Vijanati, Yatra Anyat Na Vijanati is Bhuma. Yatra, where Anyat otherness, other thing, Na Vijanati, not known is Bhuma. Okay. Anyat Na Vijanati is said. But Vijanati is not rejected. Therefore, Anyat Na Vijanati, but Atmanam Vijanati, you can say. दूसरों को नहीं जानता है, अपने आप को जानता होगा. Now, even in अपने आप को जानता है, जानना immediately brings the ज्ञप्ति to ज्ञान कर्तृत्व स्थिति. The कर्तृत्व आ गया, तो the satyata gone, then the anantata also gone. When the satya and ananta gone, the Brahma is gone. When the Brahma is gone, the jnanam also gone. So sab gaya. So he want to disprove the Brahman with three qualities. For that, any one quality, if he can reject, other to get rejected, then the Brahma gets rejected. There's nothing like Brahma. This world alone is real. Let me continue indulging. You know, this type of this type of thinking. And that's how he is at that stage. And the Purvapakshi is the greatest help to Siddhanti for him to lift the understanding level of all Upanishad students to higher and higher. So the question is, na anyad vijanati is your sentence in Upanishad. Yeah. Iti, through this, विशेष प्रतिषेधात. तो अन्य वस्तु जो विशेष है, विशेष अदर देन मी, उसका प्रतिषेध होगा. बट आत्मानं विजानाति इति चेत, द नोइंग इज नॉट रिजेक्टेड, knowing anyat is rejected. Therefore atmanam, one's own self, the Brahman knows. Therefore in that Brahma, jnana means the action of knowing. Action of knowing. But in other discussions, what? Wherever the knower known triputi comes, it is not Brahma, and knower known triputi is possible only when there are vrittis. So we want the vritti rahita, triputi rahita, shuddha jnanam. He is trying to talk in this way. When he said, Anyat navijanati, okay, Vishesha pratished ho gaya. Vishesh means something other. That is not known. But Atmanam vijanati iti chet. Maybe the Gnapti means Jnanam means it may not be the Jnanam of others or other things. It may be the Jnanam of itself. Because throughout life, he is using intellect to know the things as Anatma and to know them through the Vritti. He is trying to understand Brahman like that. That means what? He is not recognizing the fallacy. That when we try to understand Brahman, we will be at the intellectual level of understanding Brahman, not the reality or anubhuti. He is trying to make the Brahman as a concept of understanding. Therefore, he is trying to pull it at this level, where there is jnana kartrutva is there. But Rishi says, Bhagavan Adi Shankara, no. It may be there at the lower level when the consciousness illuminates intellect. Intellect as a vritti will know the objects of world. This is Vyavahara, everybody knows it. व्यवहार बोलने के लिए थोड़ी आया उपनिषद. Upanishad is telling something sublime, substratum. In that, the meaning of the word jnanam cannot be the way you think so far. For you, the jnana means I know the table and chair through the senses and through the mind, and I am always a knower. अरे नोवर नोन नॉलेज वाला ज्ञप्ति नहीं है ये ज्ञानम, ये ज्ञप्ति है प्योर, नॉट दिस त्रिपुटी. So this in other way, if you are convinced, compels us or inspires us to transcend these three, jnata, jnanam and jnayam, then only we will see the truth. Ultimately, the triputi of jnata, jnanam, jnayam, when we give value, we are always in Jagrat Swapna. We never enter into Turiya. These three are rejected, but the pure Brahman Jnapti Swarupa is not discovered. You are in Nidra. वो तो हर दिन कर ही रहे हो. Not knowing anything is Nidra. Knowing something other than me is Jagrat and Sapna through the thoughts. We are talking about the Brahman, which is neither Jagrat nor Sapna nor Sushupti. So the Jagrat, Sapna, Sushupna, Rupi, Triputi and Jnana Kartrutva should not be there in it. And Nidra Sarupa, non-awareness should not be there. That is called the meaning of the Jnana Shabda for Brahma. That we have to reach to. First you understand, then you put effort with the understanding, then you transcend even the understanding and enter into the experience. The Brahman is me only. Tough, not easy. This thing 100 times we have to listen, 1,000 times we have to contemplate, then we go for the dhyanam after the conviction through contemplation that we enter into. But we made the first attempt, we'll keep on doing it, then it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. So, anyat navijanati, yeah, atma navijanati iti chet. Other he doesn't know, it can know itself, no? By that also he wants to draw the Brahman to the lower level of Kartru, Jnana Kartru. And when it is Karta, the Satyatva has gone because the modification came. The Vikara came. So too, the Jnana Karta, वो जिसका ज्ञान पाता है उसी का ज्ञान का करता है. Another thing comes, he will change, he will not continuous also. So Vikaratva and Santatva will come. Because of which Satyatva and Anantatva, the other two Shabda used for Brahma, they are not accepted. They are not fulfilled. But Brahman is all three. Satyam Brahma, it should be Jnanam Brahma, it should be Anantam also. That is the Brahman we are talking about. That is a state of anubhuti. But to explain, to talk about anubhuti, words are required to be used. Therefore, Shruti Mata used the word Brahma in all Shastra. In this portion, it is explaining Brahman to us through its Lakshana. We are trying to understand the Lakshana of that Brahma, each one of them, with the help of Bhagavan's Bhashyam. What is the answer given to it? अरे बाबा, ये जो टॉपिक मैंने कोटेशन दी उसका पर्पस अलग है. Missing that purpose, okay, thinking something else is a wrong context. How? The thing is what? Bhuma Lakshana Vidhi Paratvat Vakyasya. What was the Vidhi or the duty of that Vakya there? Bhuma Lakshana. To tell the Lakshana of the Bhuma. Bhuma ब्रह्म का लक्षण बताने को आया है. Point one. Second what? See, I quoted to you na anyat vijanati. But there is another sentence before that. What is that? Yatra na anyat pashyati इत्यादि भूम्नः लक्षण विधि परम वाक्यम. न अन्यत् पश्यति न शृणोति न विजानाति सोह भूमा यत्र अन्यत् पश्यति न शृणोति विजानाति तदल्पम यो वै भूमा तद तद अमृतम यो न भूमा तदल्पम मर्त्यम तद यो वै भूमा तत्सुखम नाल्पे सुखम अस्ति. These are the beautiful sentences of that Chandogya portion. So, that sentence came to tell us the Lakshana of the Bhuma. And what is the Sadvar? Yatra nanyat pashyati. Yatra na anyat vijanati. Tad Bhuma. In that second sentence I took Yatra na anyat vijanati because we are discussing the Jnana Shabda of the Brahma in this Upanishad. So the purpose of the entire that mantra, na anyat pashyati na vijanati, is not. The seeing and knowing kriya is stressed. The purpose of sentence is to say that there is nothing other than Brahma. भूमा के अलावा और कुछ नहीं है. To convey this point, those sentences are used. And the purpose of that sentence is not to say that Bhuma is not seeing other, therefore seeing itself. एक ज्ञान क्रिया की बात नहीं हो रही है उस संदर्भ में. Nothing other than Bhuma, to tell that the sentence came. So again, Bhuma Lakshana Vidhi Paratvad Vakyasya. That Vakya is having its Vidhi of telling the Lakshana of the Bhuma to us. Point one. Point two, the first sentence of that is Yatra na anyat pashyati ityadi. And these are all what? Bhumnaha Lakshana Vidhi Param Vakyam. And why that way that sentence came there, you all know. Yatha prasiddham eva. That is what very well known, famous to all of us. What that? Anyaha anyat pashyati. In the general worldly parlance, somebody sees something other than him. Somebody sees something other than him. Somebody knows something other than him. So, yatha prasiddham eva anyaha anyat pashyati iti etad. Iti etad upadaya. Keeping this in mind, भाई बेटा, जैसे तुम हो, तुमसे अलग चीज को जानते हो, ऐसा तुम और अलग दो चीजें हो गए ना. ये जो दो नहीं है भूमा में, भूमा is one. There is no anyat in it. To reject the dvaita, that sentence is said. Nothing to do with the bhuma knows itself. You are going far in that explanation of that sentence beyond the required limit. So, yatha prasiddham eva anyaha anyat pashyati iti etad upadaya yatra tat na asti. In general knowledge, I know something other, something other. So, in the bhuma, there is nothing other than it is the thing to be concluded. But to make the point clear, the further sentences are added. There is nothing other than it which is seen, which is known. The seen and known words used by Upanishad at that time is only to extend the main thought. Main thought is there is nothing other than it. So the Advaita Sthiti of the Bhuma, ये बताने के लिए वहाँ वो sentence use किया. Why? In generally, we have the Dvaita. In Dvaita, what happens? Anyat pashyati, anyat vijanati. And in Bhuma, which is Advaita, there should not be Dvaita. Therefore, the Dvaita है तो जो पश्यति विजानाति होता है, that should not be here. Therefore, yatra na anyat pashyati na anyat vijanati, they are used. Pashyati vijanati is not important. Yatra na anyat asti. Asti chet vijanati, pashyati. Therefore, na vijanati, na pashyati means na anyat asti. In the Brahma, nothing other is seen, nothing other is known means what? Nothing other is. So to convey the Advaitatva of the Brahma, Bhuma or Brahman is, that sentence is said, it doesn't imply that the Bhuma knows itself. Don't bring to that conclusion. Okay. Now, yata prasiddhameva अन्यः अन्यत् पश्यति इत्येतद् उपादाय यत्र तद् न अस्ति सः भूमा इति भूमस्वरूपं तत्र ज्ञाप्यते. In this way, the Bhuma Swarupa is given in that Upanishad for that purpose. So, then Anya Grahanasya Prapta Pratisheda Arthatvat. See? Anya Grahanasya Prapta Pratisheda Arthatvat. The Pratisheda of Anyat they wanted to do, the Shruti Mata. For that only that sentence came, Na Swa Atman Kriya Astitva Paratvam Vakyam. It is not that there is a kriya in himself of knowing or seeing. So Bhuma Anyat Navashyati, Bhuma Anyat Navijanati doesn't mean Bhuma Swam Pashyati, Bhuma Swam Vijanati. No, that Anyat Pashyati, Anyat Vijanati is said to reject the existence of Anyatva. The द्वैत का रिजेक्ट करने के लिए वो अन्यत पश्यति न अन्यत विजानाति यूज किया. इसका अर्थ ये नहीं है कि भूमा ना अन्य को नहीं जानता है, अन्य को नहीं देखता है, देयरफॉर वो अपने आप को जानता है, अपने आप को देखता है. नहीं. व्हाई? बिकॉज जानना देखना इज क्रिया. दैट क्रिया व्हेन इट कम्स इन द ज्ञान, then it is no more satya because it has become vikari. We want that jnana wala brahma which is satyam also. This is how it is. Now, next one is what? So, Atmanicha. Now, there are 2-3 things important. Bheda abhavat. Can you divide the Atma in any manner into 2? Chota Atma, Bada Atma, Patla Atma, Dubla Atma, Kala Atma, Neela Atma. आत्मा को तुम कैसे डिवाइड करोगे पुत्र? अनात्मा टुकड़े टुकड़े करो इतना भी. यू कांट हैव 2 आत्मे. जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति आर डिफरेंट, दे आर नॉट आत्मा. वो इसी को तो हम पता कर रहे हैं. यू कैन नॉट हैव भेद इन आत्मा. देन हाउ देयर इज विज्ञान? हाउ कैन देयर बी द ज्ञान प्राप्ति, ज्ञान उपपत्ति? सो आत्मनि भेद अभावात् विज्ञान अनुपत्ति. देन आत्मनः ज्ञेयत्वे ज्ञात्र भाव प्रसंगः ज्ञेयत्वेनेव विनियुक्तत्वात्. इन सम केस लेट अस से आत्मा इज ज्ञेय वस्तु, फिर वो ज्ञेय हो गया, फिर ज्ञाता किधर है? उसके लिए फिर और एक ज्ञाता को लाना पड़ेगा. अगेन यू टॉक अबाउट आत्मा इज नोन, देयरफॉर इज ज्ञेय. देन हु इज द ज्ञाता ऑफ इट? अरे व्हाट आर यू टॉकिंग? दिस लिटिल सटल. टुमारो आई विल डिस्कस ऑन दिस. स्ट्रेट अवे वी कम टू दिस पॉइंट, द क्वेश्चन of the Purvapakshi, and immediately into that analysis we do. Then another prashna he asks, can't be the self alone simultaneously jnata and gneyam? That is so beautifully answered by Siddhanti Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara. Even after all that is done, he gives such a blasting example with a blasting question, जो पूरा बेसमेंट को हिला देने वाली. But that also with loving patience, Bhagavan answers. Let us do. This 1 week will be our intellectual inquiry, intellectual this type of exercise will go on happening. And repeatedly we do it so that this is the main knowledge. This should be clearly understood. This alone is going to help us in doing the actual meditation for actualizing the actual Brahma in the experience of which all other than it which was the cause of samsara we transcend. Okay. It is not overnight thing. And while doing all this, other side, the other prarabdhas we have to go through. We have to purify our antakaranas through various sadhana. वो चलता ही है. That is why with this sentence Upanishad is not ending. पंचकोश ले रहे हैं, उसका एनालाइज कर रहे हैं, फिर अनात्मा प्रूव कर रहे हैं. But all that is said later on, before that, this is said only to give us the intellectual picture, conviction that this is what is goal. For the sake of goal, this reaching goal, you have to do sadhana. That sadhana is only this one. What is this? You are lost in Panchakosha. You analyze them and reject them to be anatma. Then only you reach to this atma, which is Brahma, which is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. As we go on studying in our intellect, that maturity start coming. Then, like today's maturity, with this, what we heard 2 3 years back, which was vague. When you look back, we understand now कि हो उस समय वो कहता उसका अर्थ ये है. Like when we study Bhajagovindam, in you, in me, everywhere is only one Vishnu is there. Why are you angry with me? This is a shloka. Tvai mai chanyatra eko Vishnu. Vyartam kuppesi maya sahishnu. Now you understand which Vishnu ki baat keh rahe hain. So in you and me and all, only Sadvastu is permeating. Anything other than Sat is Asat only. How can you give the value of Sat to the Asat? And after giving Asat ko Sat value, you are talking such a language of fighting with each other. What an illusion. असत को लेकर कोई लड़ाई करता है क्या? सारा जगत असत्य है, विष्णु ही सत्य है, वो एक ही विष्णु सब में है. So we change our understanding as we study Upanishads more deeper. It will help us. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnamevavashishyate. ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you. Let's study our Patanjali Yoga Darshan.